A divorce doesn't always mean you need to sell your house. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 possible solutions when it comes to divorce and owning a home together. And 2 of these solutions you may not have even thought about. I help divorcing couples navigate the process and challenges of selling their real estate, but there are some cases where couples decide to take the road less traveled, which is not to sell, and you are going to learn more about it in a few. Now, I have to get my disclaimers out of the way. This is for educational purposes only, and it is not legal advice. Your situation differs from others, and it's best to seek proper counsel so you can make the best decision for you and your family. Now, if you live in a community property state like Arizona and your house was acquired during the marriage, then both you and your spouse or ex-spouse jointly own the property. It does not matter whose name is on the deed. 50% is owned by you and the other 50% is owned by your spouse. So regardless of what you want to happen with the property, it has to be a mutual decision between the both of you. There has to be a meeting of the minds on both sides of the fence, which can be the most challenging part when you're going through a divorce. Now, one common option is to sell the house and divide the proceeds, providing both parties a clean break and closure. Selling the house is a process within itself. So for example, getting the house market ready if you choose to. Now I say if you choose to because in all honesty, some divorcing couples decide to sell their house as is because preparing their house for the market is the last thing on their mind. Some other factors to consider if you decide to sell are agreeing on a list price, agreeing on which real estate agent to hire, how will negotiations be handled, and agreeing on a final price. Although this can seem overwhelming in an already stressful situation, hiring skilled professionals can streamline this process and make it less stressed as possible. Now, another option is for one spouse to buy out the other's share. This is typically done through a refinance, which removes one spouse from the mortgage. Now, it is important to note that removing your name from the deed only does not remove you from the financial responsibility for the house. If you truly want to be done with the house, meaning you no longer want any responsibility for the property, remove your name from the mortgage and the deed. Now, if you are the one keeping the house, your new mortgage will be based on your income alone. Now, in most marriages, when a husband and a wife buy a home, it's based on 2 incomes, which makes the mortgage payments affordable. So it's a different ball game with one income. So you and your loan officer will evaluate your finances to determine if the new mortgage is feasible for your situation. Now, your third option is to co-own the house for a defined period. This option could work out well if you have children and you don't want to disturb their routine. Now, your goal may be to keep a stable environment as much as possible to lessen the stress on the family. You and your ex could work out an agreement where you both split your time in the house equally, or one spouse stays in the house 100% of the time, and then you both agree to sell the house at a later date. Now, clear terms and responsibilities need to be established, especially regarding any future sale or changes in ownership. Although this type of agreement can be tricky, it is doable, and you should definitely consult with your attorney for guidance. Divorcing and dealing with shared property can be complex. There are a lot of moving parts involved. And in one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to give you some solid tips that can help you navigate this process. So be sure to subscribe to know when that video is released. I do want to point out that your situation is unique and there may be other factors to consider when thinking about these options that I talked about in this video. It's crucial to consult with professionals, be it lawyers or mediators, to guide you through the process and ensure a fair and smooth transition for both parties. In the meantime, if you are feeling overwhelmed or at a loss of your next steps, please click the link below now to get immediate access to my book, Best-Selling Options in a Divorce. You will discover real-life tools and strategies that can give you some clarity. Some of the topics you'll learn about are preparing for your next steps, the marital settle agreement, and getting your house market ready. Again, if you decide to sell. I'm Renee the Realtor. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.